So to start writing these guys, you have to have proper notations. The number 2, you want to determine the number of equations, like how many pieces you have. The number 3, you want to start with the domain of each piece. The number 4, figure out how to write the line for each piece independently.
Can you help me read the instruction? Okay, Joey. Joey asks, can you help me read the instruction on examples 1 to 3?
Write the proper piecewise notation. Number 2, determine the number of equations. How many pieces does it have? Number 3, find the domain of each piece of the x. Or write the equation of each piece, find the point, and so write the x of the x.
Perfect. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, it says you want to start out with a proper notation. So how many pieces, Joe, how many pieces is this question? Number 1? 3. Perfect. Okay. So what you want to start out is, you want to start with the big F of x. Okay, let me pinch it in really quickly. And then you want to have an equal sign. Then you want this enormous bracket. Try your best to make that bracket. It takes some practice though. Okay. There are 3 pieces. So I'm going to write 1 line, comma, 1 line. Second piece over here to the right is domain. Third piece over here is domain. Okay. Now, when you do your homework, you don't have to draw those lines, but because we're writing notes, I want to make sure that that tells me there are 3 pieces, because Joe said so. Now, the next part is you want to start writing its domain first, okay? Then all the domain is going to go to the right side of the lines here. So there's 6 lines total. Now, if this is on the test, this would be 6 points, or a quiz would be 6 points, 1 for each of the lines. So we're going to start with the domain. What is the domain of this first piece and only this first piece? What is the domain of that first piece? From where? -6 all the way to what? Yes, that's all you got to do on that first line on the right. Okay, so x is in between -6, and I'm using a equal to as well. How or why? Because it's closed circle. And it goes all the way to, what number did you say? And I'm not using equal there. How come? You're right, okay? Then I'm going to do the same domain for line 2 on the right. What's the domain for the second piece? From where to where? -3 all the way to +4, okay? -3. Inclusive at -3 on the second piece or no? Yes, -3 all the way to inclusive at 4? No, so like that, okay? You know how we've been learning interval notation? You can also do this, guys. You can also go -6 to -3, okay? And -3 to 4. That is also acceptable if you choose to use notation like that. I will take the x inequality or the interval notation. Now the last domain, where does it start and where does it end? From 4 all the way to what? Positive and negative infinity? Because remember, we're looking for x, right? So if x goes to the right, is that positive and negative infinity? Positive. Okay. Do you want to use inequality symbol or interval notation? Inequality, okay. So, how about I'll write both? So we are going to start with inclusive at 3 on that, inclusive at 4 on that last piece? Yes, so inclusive at 4, all the way to infinity. Remember, infinity doesn't have inclusive. Mark?
Can't you just say x is greater than?
Yes, very good, Mark. Okay, so Mark said, hey, couldn't I just say it like this? Would that be okay too? Yes or no? Yeah. And then some of you like the interval or getting more comfortable with the interval, which is also okay by me. You can also write like that. Okay. So Mark is right. I can just write x is greater than 4. Now, out of those pieces, which one's easiest to write the y value for it, the function? First piece, second piece, or third piece? You want to do the easiest one first, because it's going to be the same amount of points. So which one would be the easiest? What's the y value here all the time? It's always at 2. So what do I write on line 2? Just 2. Okay. Again, this y value, can you guys see that it's not changing? It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. It's always what? Flat. So it's always at 2. So when this is on your homework, you just want to pick the part that you know how to do and do that first. Okay. Now, the other two, you have to do some work. I'm going to write the work up here. Piece 1. To write an equation of a line, I need a slope. Okay, to need a slope, I want to label 2 points. Someone tell me this open dot up here, what is that point right there? -3, 4? Okay, -3, 4. How about this dot? What does that look like? -6, +1? Okay, to have, yeah.
Wouldn't that be 4, -3?
Where am I at? This first dot? This dot right there? Is that 1, 2, 3? X is -3, right? Y is +4? Yeah, okay. So I have 2 points. Can I find a slope? Okay, let's do it. Y1. What do you always, Y2 doesn't really matter, by the way. What do you guys want to write? Slope. What minus what? 4 minus 1 all over. -3 minus what? -6. Okay, 2 negative would make it a positive. What's 4 minus 1? 3. What's -3 plus 6? 3. So what's my slope? Positive or negative? Positive, right? 3 over 3? Yes or no? Yeah? Yes, no, maybe?
Put a negative. Yeah.
Oh, that's an equal sign. Sorry, it got connected. That is an equal sign that got connected to the bar. That's an equal sign. So I have a slope. Now I'm going to use the point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. What point do you want to use between those 2 points? And by the way, it doesn't matter. Okay, this one right here. All right, let's plug it in. Y minus 4 equals, what's your m? 1 times x minus a -3, so technically that is really what? Positive, okay. Then let's distribute. Y minus 4 equals 1 times x is 1x. What's 1 times 3? 3. How do you solve for y? Add 4 to both sides. Okay, so if you add 4 to both sides, what is y now? That's right, okay. So y equals x plus 7. Now, the only piece, class, that you're going to write on that very first bar is what? X plus 7. Do not write y in there ever, because you already have an f of x. An f of x right here is a y. Okay, so that's what goes in there. I'm going to hold on tight so you can copy it down. Any question on how we got the first line? Again, do we put the y in here? No, because that's already here. Okay. Now piece number 2 is already done. Yes or no? Let's go and take care of piece number 3. I don't have much space. I'm going to go all the way over here. Okay. Pick 2 points, 2 nice points, and label them. Is this one of the nice point on the corner of a box? Okay. I can't see very well because my paper. So 4, 6, thank you. So 4, 6, okay. Now pick another nice point anywhere on the line that is at the corner of the box. Someone see anything that you can, I'm not very, is that right there? Is that at the corner? Okay, so label that. So 7, 0. Yep, I like zeros. So that way I know. So now let's find what? Once you label 2 points, what are you gonna do? Find the slope. You're right, let's do it. M equals, can I go 6 minus 0 over 4 minus 7? Okay, 6 minus 0 is 6. 4 minus 7 is what? Negative 3. So my slope is really what? Negative 2. You're right. Okay. And again, what do you do once you have a slope? Yep. Okay. Put it in point slope form. Which one of those 2 points are you going to use today? Okay. Let's do 7, 0. I know. I love zeros. So we're going to go y minus 0. Was that okay to write? Equal to m, which is what? Negative 2 times x minus what? 7. Okay. I'm going to distribute. I'm not going to write y minus 0 anymore because that's just technically 0. So y equals, tell me the distribution. Negative 2x plus 14. What do you do with that? Plug it back in. To what line? Line 3. And guess what? You are done. That's how you guys write piecewise. Okay. I'm going to pinch that in so you can see it. Ask me now if something didn't, like you didn't understand how we got the distribution, or you didn't know how to get the points, or you didn't know how to get the slope. Okay. Uh-huh.
I'm kind of like back a little bit.
Yeah.
How did you get the third the x is less than or equal to 1?
Where am I at? The third bar on the domain side, this piece right here. Well, all of this right here is the domain. Are you okay with that so far? So can you see the domain on the third part? Can you see that there's a closed dot at 4? Okay, so if there's a closed dot at 4, that means x is starting at 4. And then there's 5, there's 6, there's 7, right? So you can write that 2 ways. You can say, hey, x is in between positive 4 and infinity. Or Mark said, well, that's technically just x is greater than or equal to 4. Did I answer that? Yeah. Okay, 2, how many bars or how many lines should we make? 2, yeah. Okay, so f of x, and then big bracket, 1 bar line, and then the domain on the right. Okay. Second line, and then the domain on the right. So we got 2. Let's start with something easy. Do you guys want to start writing the lines first or the domain first? Domain, yeah. Tell me the domain of this first piece. X is greater than, x is less than, x is in between. What's the starting number? 3. Is x less than that or greater than that? Less than. So can I go and go x is less than 3, like that? Yes or no? Yeah. Is the second domain also the same number? Okay, but is it greater than or less than? Or in between? Greater than. Is it greater than or equal to or just greater than? Right. Okay. So right there, you got 2 points out of 4. I'm going to hold on tight, and then you can tell me what to do next. Okay, what do you guys want to do next to write this first piece? Find the point. Is that a nice point in this corner since you have a better eye than I do? Can I use that open circle right there? What's that point, by the way? 3, 1. Find me another point that is nice at the corner of a box somewhere. Oh, 0, 4, okay. 0, 4. Once you have found 2 points, what are you going to do? Let's do it. Find the slope. Piece 1. Piece 1. M is y1 is 4 minus y2 is 1 over. Tell me what's right in the bottom. What do you write in the bottom of the slope? 0 minus 3. Can I write 3 minus 0? No, that would be incorrect, okay? So 4 minus 1 is what? 3 over negative 3, which is negative 1. Perfect. Once you have the slope, pick a point to use. Which point do you like to use for our line? 0, 4? 0, 4? Okay. So that's our point. So here we go. Y minus what? 4 equal to the slope, which is negative 1 times x minus 0. By the way, x minus 0 is just simply what? X. Okay. Let's distribute. Y minus 4 equals negative 1x. What do you do next? Add a 4. So y equals negative x plus a 4. What do you do with this guy? Put it in the line. Put it on the line. Okay, so pinch it in so I can write. So negative, oops, do not want a highlighter. So negative x plus 4. Okay. What are you going to do next? Yeah, let's find a point. Is that closed dot nicely on the corner of a box? Is it at 3, 4? 3, 4. Give me another nice point somewhere. 7 and 7, you said? Someone can verify that for me? Is that nicely at the corner of a box? No, 7 and 7. It doesn't seem like it, right? 6 and 6? So 6, okay. 6 and 6. All right, let's find the slope. Piece 2. M equals, tell me what to write. 6 minus 4 all over. 6 minus 3 equals 2 over 3. I'm going to hold on tight before I go further. Okay, then out of those 2 dots, 2 points, which one do you prefer to use in your points form? Okay. 3, 4 it is. Here we go. Y minus what? 4. Equal to the slope, which is 2/3 times x minus 3. So y minus 4 equals 2/3 times x is 2. Now, 2/3 times negative 3 is what? Okay, I'm going to write it out. Okay, so plus 2/3 times negative 3. Can I put negative 3 over 1 like that? Yeah. Can I cancel the 3's? Like that and that. So what's 2 times negative 1? Just negative 2. Okay, so when you saw a fraction, you were scared, but it's not that bad. So 2/3 x minus, one more time, minus what? Okay. Then what are you going to do next? Just move forward to both sides? So add 4 to both sides. So y is really positive 2/3 x what? Plus 2. All right, we're going to put that on that line. And now you can try your check for understanding in your team. Okay, so 2/3 x plus 2. I'll put 4 minutes on the clock so you guys try it out. Talk it out in your team with the check for understanding. I'm going to move it up, and this is hard to see. Right here. Look, I'm so nice. I give you the points already. As you guys are working on that, I'm looking at you. Homework for tonight. And then we'll go to homework and that's talk it out, please. Especially if you can't get the slope, or if you get the slope, check with one another. That's what I want you to do first. Because your slope's wrong, then your line's wrong. I'm gonna go around to see your domain, to see if it's
The number, the small number is negative one. Negative one small number, so you're fine. No, you leave it open. You want to check to make sure we got they can't both be. You can pick. You can have this close and then so this. Exactly right. If this close and this dots, we don't have, and then we have like two dots and one for each. So one has to be like.
I just went straight to square because I recognize that across the y-axis on calculus.
Less than 2? So you want to switch inequalities. Does that make sense? What's the slope for piece 1? Also for piece 2. Perfect. So make sure there are no y's in here ever, right? So the y is already one time, only one time outside. Yeah. Yes, yes. Actually, but let me bring this up before. I think most of you are done.
All of you guys pretty much have the same answer, but I want to fix one thing here, and here's why. I saw that you guys all knew it was a piece here, and then another piece here. And I saw that all of you guys had x was in between -1, right, guys? And then 0. Is that okay so far? But here's the part. And this isn't optional. Can you guys see that I'm already including 0 here at this location? Okay. So on the second piece, you can't include 0 anymore. Okay. So what I mean by that is if you already had inclusive 0 here, this one cannot include because of this. If you have inclusive on 0 twice, then it's no longer a function. What do I mean by it's no longer a function? So when I put 0 in for x, Ryan?
It's no longer like 1 to 1, so 1 point doesn't turn out another.
Yeah, so if I were to draw, right, so now at 0, you have 2 outputs. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So if you're going to include 0 on the first piece, then don't include 0 on the second piece. But you also have a choice. You can include 0 on the second piece, but just not the first piece. So that's really a choice that you can make. Okay. And then I saw that all of you guys had, what was the slope for the first piece? -1. So I saw most of you had that. Yes or no? And then the second one, the slope was half. Am I correct? Okay. So yes. So remain here done. Let me check your homework because tomorrow is your quiz and you want to do well on the homework. And then I need to space. I'm going to show you. Let me know if I wrote something wrong. I of course do. So, and then let me also know if something didn't really jive with you.